Before the video starts, a quick update. This is around a week outdated. There are some new bests that just happened recently, as I am voicing over. That will not spoil until the next progress report, which will be the 10 to 20 hours one. You're gonna have to watch the soon to be completely updated at all times. This is the first TARTARUS Progress report. By the way, I got this idea from Doggy. Definitely check him out. You guys probably already know him. He's doing grief right now, and he does progress reports every month. So I'm gonna decide to do every report in 10-hour increments. Without further ado, let's get into it. Let's look at some delicious data. Right now I have 8,135 attempts from 0 and 15,361 on my Tartarus copyable. So this is my consistency from 0. The chances of me getting to 1% is 99.62%. How do you even not get to 1%? How's that even possible? Oh, like that. That's the only way. And I just made the reach rate even lower. So it drops down 45%, which is the first click. That's not very good. Chances of me getting to 3% are actually very high, but then there's that one annoying blue orb click that drops this a lot. So around 22% of runs make it a 5%. That is not very good, but to be fair, they do put random difficulty spikes at the beginning of the level. I seem pretty consistent from 6 to 9, as I only drop in 3% of consistency. Then moving on to the part that I literally said was free. This is my proof that is completely free, as I basically don't die there all the way till like roughly 28 where it starts dropping again. So the chances of me getting to the drop, 3.25% chance. So basically like 1 in 30 attempts. The chances of me getting a new best, which have gone 8 times, is 1 in 180 or something. By the way, if you want to know what mod this is called Death Tracker on Geode, and it is awesome. I'm so curious to see what this looks like when I complete the level. I didn't really have it on for Bloodlust, so it doesn't really have that data. Actually, no, it has a little bit. It only gave me a couple of runs. Now let's look at pass rate. The chance of me passing first jump completely raw, 45.8%. But let's look at the second biggest choke point, which is 31%. Chance of me passing that is only 42. That is not very good. But now let's look at the best ones. Now obviously, yep, this is gonna be the memory part. 100% pass rate. Oh wow, never died there, I guess. All right, so now let's look at the hours. So the highlight for hour 1 is probably the 13 death no clip run that I got. I know it was like 2 weeks ago, but at the time, 13 deaths from the drop all the way to 73%. And if you're going for a new hardest, that's pretty good, especially on hour 1. And now let's move on to hour 2. And yes, I don't know what I was doing with my camera. I was being very goofy that day. Well, you're about to see that no clip run was nothing compared to this next run, which is in hour 2, which was a 38 to 100 run in no clip. I got 9 deaths, and I kind of choked with the last 2 deaths. It should have really been 7, but I kind of like, you know, did something dumb. But either way, still a really good run. Definitely a big step up from the last one, where I got 13, which wasn't even all the way to 100, not even near 100. Hour 3, I can't find the footage, but I do remember getting a 28, 29, and 30% run. 30% run was on my copyable, I think. Hour 4, I decided to focus on runs to 100, where every time I completed a start position to 100, I would go back 1 start position. I had around 20 start positions on the level, a little less dense at the end of the level, because it's a little bit easier and I don't need as much practice on it. But I managed to keep going back start positions until I got a start position that was 69 to 100, and I did it. I still kind of want that 64 to 100 run though. Maybe in hour 11, which I haven't done yet as I'm recording this. So for hour 5, I know I got a 33% run, but I couldn't really find that. But here's a 31.5% run I found. Overall, a pretty productive hour. For hour 6, there wasn't really any notable runs of just practicing from the drop, which I really needed because I wasn't very consistent with it, but still generally a pretty productive hour. So over the course of the last couple of hours, I've noticed that I'm not very consistent with the drop. So for hour 7, I really decided to focus that part of the level, and during that practice time, I got this very good run. I do remember getting this a couple days earlier, which was kind of a fluke, but this one really secured the fact that I can consistently do this. I've done that before, but still, that's a pretty good run. By the way, if you haven't noticed, I got a new mashup where just sing club step. It's absolutely terrible, and that's what makes it good. I wonder how many people have made unfollow and unsubscribe because of that. By the way, if you didn't know, I have Tartarus in 4 runs, and I'm trying to get in 3. This is the reason why I'm doing so many runs from 0. Anyways, for hour 8, back to the grind from 0, really just wanting to get like a 36-38% run, just so I can have a pretty solid run, make my second run a lot easier, and also I know I can really do it. It's like right there, but I just keep choking. 33%. 3 times. Here's the furthest one, which was like 33.5. As I'm making this voiceover, I don't know. I'm checking right now. Yeah, 33.5. The rest of them were just a little bit before that. Overall, I would say it wasn't that productive because I didn't really get the run I wanted. But it really proved that I was very consistent with getting those runs. And that's what's a little more important. For hour 9, I decided to do no clip accuracy runs from the drop. And I got a pretty good run. It was better in the first half. It got a lot worse at the end of it. I had a very solid 4 deaths going from the drop, which, you know, I could add an extra 8% on there because, you know, that's free. And as I showed you earlier, I've literally never died there, except once or twice. We're not going to talk about that. All the way to 64. So basically 14 to 64 with 4 deaths, or like 65. And that's pretty good. Roughly 51% of the level in 4 deaths. And it's all in the same run. So I think it was really good. And then I kind of choked with the rest of the level. And I ultimately tripled that and got 12 deaths. But still, I think it's my best run from the drop in no clip accuracy. The least deaths. And also for hour 9, I got another 2 runs from the drop to that annoying straight fly. If those were from 0, it would be around 44%. And also for hour 9, the power went out. It was just being bad. We had to reset it. I had to restart the stream. And it was a lot better after. And I did get a raid right before. I got like 35 viewers and I started lagging out. I had to restart the stream. I was averaging like 3 viewers on Twitch. That was kind of funny. But either way, overall, I think it was a pretty productive hour. That was a mid run. Now moving on to hour 10. The last hour I went from 0 again. I got another 3 33% runs. I feel like my consistently went up a little bit, which I thought wouldn't happen because it felt like it was just a really good day the other time I got 33% runs. It's pretty good. And a person called Bikeability donated $35 US. Absolutely bananas. I think that's the biggest donation I've had on a Tartarus stream so far. Bikeability with $20. I don't have 20 fingers, but $20. Here's one of the 33% runs from hour 10. Clearly, I was getting mad at it. There's no way I never do that. Yes, you do that all the time. Now I think we should go over future predictions. So let's get the big one out of the way. When do I think I'm gonna beat the level? Like maybe pretty big range here, but like 3 to 6 months. And how many attempts? Probably like, I don't know, 70, 80,000. Of course, a lot of those attempts are shorter than usual ones, because not only is it a pretty short level, which explains most of it, but also because there are a lot of choke points at the parts that I practice a lot. And now let's go over, what am I going to work on? Well, if we take a look at our pass rate, so I'm definitely going to try and push these bars up. Try to really smoothen it out. Ideally, of course, I'd pass everything 100% of the time, but hopefully I could get it everything within 60% pass rate, especially these little choke points. These ones, you know, there's not a lot I can do about these, except just doing it. I can't really focus it because it's at the beginning of the level, but at the drop, I can definitely do this a lot more. It's universally accepted that it's the hardest transition of the level, but I definitely think that I can push this number. Maybe for now I'm gonna aim to 50%. 33 I'm very bad at. I really want to push this up to 70, hopefully, because as you guys know, I died at 33 so many times. So hopefully, to those of you that can't join my streams, I hope this was a very useful update. If you were wondering where I stream on Twitch and here on YouTube on this account, usually around 6 to 9 p.m. PST. And enjoy the rest of your day. Here's a funny Twitch clip. What are you doing right now?
Napoleon Day stream me there.
What?
I saw you do it.
I just freaking hit him through the wall!